You have to start somewhere, but as your business grows, your equipment should grow with you. That's why I'm going to offer you equipment management advice for essential decorative concrete tools. My name is Nezat with Decorative Concrete Engine, where we offer business building tips and instruction design to help you launch and propel your decorative concrete business forward. In this video, I'm going to highlight some essential decorative concrete tools and equipment and suggest when it might be time for an upgrade. Be sure to stick around to the end because we're going to offer some bonus ideas regarding renting versus owning equipment. And keep your eye out for the check engine light. These are bonus tips to keep your decorative concrete engine running smoothly. Let's jump into it. When talking about essential equipment to get started in the decorative concrete business, number one on the list is a box truck or a truck and trailer. Don't be afraid of a modest beginning in this area. You can blow a lot of capital here. Make economical choices up front and you can upgrade later. Here's an early check engine moment. If you're new to the business, you want to make sure you have enough capital to run the business. You'll need tools and equipment, but you'll also need enough to continue investing in marketing. And don't forget the buffer you'll need to survive until you get going. You don't want all your money in your garage, tied up in expensive tools, equipment, and excess inventory. Or, as we've been talking about, an overpriced rig. When I got started, I bought a used U-Haul truck for $4,500 and had it wrapped for $1,500. And by the way, U-Haul did the wrap for us. We made our first $3 million in volume before we upgraded. When was the appropriate time to upgrade? When the cost of maintenance got so high that it made sense to upgrade to a lease truck with maintenance included. We now lease a 20-foot box truck and get a new one every 4 years. And as I said, the maintenance is included in the lease, giving us a set expense per month for our truck. While we have issues getting trucks and trailers into tight neighborhoods, some folks really like those setups. It really depends on how you run your business. You may already own a truck, plan to run your own crew, or a master navigator, and you'll only need to invest in a trailer to get started. An upgrade in this type of setup might mean a separate work truck, or an upgrade to a box truck like ours, freeing up your personal vehicle to once again be personal. Next, there's an array of small power tools essential to your decorative concrete arsenal. Small edge grinders, cutting grinders, and drills are all necessary. In this category, I actually advise against upgrades. My recommendation is to buy the right tool up front. Sure, you can buy a cheaper item at Harbor Freight, but you'll burn through them. Instead, I recommend sticking to solid brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, or Bosch. It will mean spending a little more money up front, but you'll save money in the long run by getting longevity out of your tools. Add a quality spray rig to your list of tools to get right up front. We use ours to spray textures for overlay systems, and it also sprays our broadcast medium for our chip floors. A good tankless rig is essential so you don't have drops in air pressure. This means you can apply a consistent texture. It's not worth a cheaper option up front on this one. The next piece of essential equipment is a large grinder. My recommendation to start is a 7-inch grinder with a shroud for surface preparation. You can't go wrong with a Metabo. It has the RPMs and the durability to get the job done. And it will outperform most of the 7-inch grinders on the market. I'll link to the one that I recommend in the description box below. An intermediate upgrade in this area is to have more than one grinder. This way 2 people on your crew can be grinding at the same time. The next level of upgrade in the large grinder department will be to add a proper walk-behind grinder like a Lavina. Walk-behind grinders will save you in time and labor, but are a huge investment up front, with a 20 to 36-inch walk-behind starting at $7,500 and going up from there. The Lavina walk-behind that we use is a 25-inch electric 220-volt and will run around $10,000 to $15,000 new, but we bought ours used. Investing in a larger grinder is a business decision that should take into account capital available, the frequency of the need, and space management. Do you have room in your rig to get it in and out from the job site? If you're not in a place in your business where you have that kind of capital to invest in a large upgrade, consider renting. In fact, stay tuned because before we leave today, I'm going to offer a bonus discussion on renting versus owning. The final piece of essential equipment we're going to talk about today is a vacuum. From the beginning, you'll need a smaller vacuum that pairs well with your 7-inch Metabo. My favorite is the PulseBack 500 series. It's ideal for decorative concrete professionals because its self-cleaning technology helps avoid clogs and therefore delays in the grinding process. It also has dual-stage HEPA filtration. And it's compliant with OSHA's silica dust rule. OSHA is serious about reducing concrete dust that can be breathed in by workers and customers. Violations come with hefty penalties. Dust containment is crucial, and OSHA refers to the use of vacuum dust collection systems in their standards. According to OSHA standards, this includes a hood or shroud that is placed at the point of contact between tool and concrete and a vacuum meeting specifications recommended by the tool's manufacturer. The vacuum needs enough suction to capture dust at the cutting point. The dust collector must have a filter with 99% or greater efficiency and a filter cleaning mechanism. As I mentioned, the PulseBack vacuum meets these standards. Plus, they work really well. I like PulseBack vacuums so much I became a reseller. I will link to that below if you need to talk about this solution. As you grow into larger grinders, you'll grow into larger vacuum upgrades as well. We've been pleased with the PulseBack Pro series when pairing with our large walk-behind grinders. As your business grows, upgrading your grinders and vacuums will be an investment. Ultimately, they're worth the investment, saving time and labor dollars. But before we wrap up, I promised a discussion on renting versus owning. The two things to consider as you make a decision whether or not to rent versus own upgraded equipment are budget and maintenance. Let's start with budget. I can rent a large propane run walk-behind grinder. It may cost me $700 a day, but I have no maintenance and no additional out-of-pocket. Purchasing that same machine will cost $25,000 to $30,000. Unless you need a machine of that scale on a regular basis, it makes sense to rent. When I need a piece of equipment like this for a big job, I know how many days I'll need it, and I can add it to the preparation cost of the estimate. This way, I'll cover the additional expense of the rental for the job I'm using it on. The other point of consideration when deciding whether to rent or to own is maintenance. Let's take the same example. You find that you need a machine like this on a regular basis, but you nor your crew has the mechanical know-how to properly maintain it. In that case, it makes better sense to continue renting. This was part of our business decision to lease our truck. Not only do we have a nice new vehicle that doesn't leave us stranded, it also offers all the safety features, and the best part, the maintenance is the responsibility of Penske. And it's a consistent business expense. So when considering whether to rent or own a key piece of equipment for your business, evaluate it from a budget perspective and a maintenance perspective. So there you have it, 4 pieces of essential equipment for your decorative concrete business and when to consider an upgrade, and a bonus discussion on when to rent versus own. If this was helpful, be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips to launch and propel your decorative concrete business forward. And check out the link for our email newsletter, DCE Insider, so you'll never miss a video and for other tips to help your business run smoothly. Thank you for watching. See you next time for targeted advice for launching and optimizing your decorative concrete business.